Hello. Hi, guys.
Hi.
Guys, I'm back. I am back in my body. Where have I been? I'm not going to be on here long, but we're going to talk about it really, really quickly. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Hi, Raven. Grand Rising, my dear. How are you? Let me know if the sound is okay. Hi, guys. Welcome in, guys. Please put a like on the video when you come in. As you guys see, I kind of lost my voice, so this is where I've been. I've been just tending to myself, but it's going to be a quick video. But I'm going to be back probably later today or tomorrow. There's been a lot going on, guys. Thank you very much. You can hear me. Thank you, Raven. There has been a lot going on, guys. I'm I'm happy to be back. I really did miss you guys. It's a lot of craziness that's happened. What all happens in 5 or 6 days? You'll be really amazed, guys. It's like the whole world has shifted. There's a lot of what's going on with Trump, what he's been doing. Trump's been down at that border. Trump has been rescinding civil rights acts, all signing all these executive orders so much. It's just so much I can't even get into it in this video, but I'm telling you, we're gonna be back. Hi, Master's Light. Hi, Grand Rising. Hello. Hi, guys. As you can see, I'm a little bit under the weather, so this is where I've been, but this is good, guys, because the last video, as I really made my ascent to the 5D. It was very interesting, guys. I'll give you guys some experiences that happened to me my time in the 5D. Now I'm still in the 5D, but my body is currently here to 10. That's why this body is sick. Not really sick. It's more so it was 5D overload, guys. I was hearing people's thought. I thought I was shallow Al. I was hearing people's thoughts. And this started happening to me probably earlier this year. I remember I went to walk at Michigan, I don't know, that beach in Chicago alongside of like um goodness, guys, I can't think right now. Sorry. But I passed this guy and I literally heard his thoughts and they were in Spanish, right? And I was picking up on that. Yes, integrating again. Yes, absolutely. Hi, my dear, Birthing 5D. So yeah, actually me and Birthing 5D, we're gonna be back here, guys. Trinity, aka Gemini, and we'll see if Taya will join us as well from Birthing 5D. But basically, guys, we were up kind of last night putting some new pieces together. We got some new things to uncode, some new rabbit holes. Um, Me and Trinity, aka Gemini, we were putting some things together last night, guys. So I believe that Source is bringing a whole nother thing to our spiritual desk to start to uncode. So you will get more of those videos, guys, with uncoding the matrix or this new matrix that we're in now since the whole TikTok, and it involves TikTok. And me and Trinity will do that video together. So I won't go into that right now. Hi, Gail. Thank you guys for the ones who reached out. I got a lot of emails from people asking where I was. Gail and Carolyn was two of them. There was a few other of you guys as well. Thank you. I'm well. So it makes me feel so loved. You guys did really come and check on me, and that makes me feel just so special. It makes me realize that what I'm doing here really does, count and make a difference. So thank you so much for that. But guys, so time in the 5D, what has been happening to me? I've been hearing people's thoughts. I've been literally hearing things that I should not be hearing. Like, for instance, I heard a few family members' thoughts. Now, mind you, we're not in the same household at all. It's not like I'm hearing them talk. I'm hearing them either call their children's name, or like I'll feel the energy of what that meant, of the worry, or right, when you're a mother, you're always worried, right? And oh God, I was seeing some things that I shouldn't see. I don't want to see. Source, can you just make it so that I don't see certain things? Because I don't want to see people's personal business. Like, that's not what I'm here for. I believe that everyone should have privacy, but I'm seeing things that should be private that I just don't want to see. But nevertheless, in 5D, you're able to see all those things, but you don't view it as like, oh, this person is doing something bad or naughty or whatever. You view it from the standpoint of the cause. Why are they doing that? Why are they behaving in this manner? And so, guys, my time in the 5D, I've been able to look down and see inside of people's bodies. And one of the things I found in the 5D was very interesting. I think I'm getting ready to really start to heal the divine masculine. The divine masculine really needs to integrate the feminine aspect. And so I've been looking, I've been able to see inside of men, guys. I know it's kind of crazy. And so I'm able to go down, and what I found, Source brought me right down to like I guess the genitals of a man. And what I found there was that their feminine energy is stuck there and it's being suppressed. And it was very sad when I saw this, because it's very sad because people want men to be just one way, but men are also sensitive. Men also have hearts. Men are not just this rough exterior. Men go through the same things that women go through. And what's worse is when I saw inside of how much suppression they've had to go through. And then we wonder, when men do certain things out here in the world, a lot of these things are to get the approval to be a real man. A lot of these things that they have to do or they feel that they need to do to prove themselves. But inside, what I've been seeing is a scared feminine, is a wounded feminine, a suppressed feminine inside. And I feel that I'm going to be doing work on the masculine. Yeah, thank you for on the masculine, to really pull that out, for them to really express it and embody it, because this is the only way we evolve, guys. Well, we went through a period of time where the female was now, right, step into her masculinity with the way that the world went. The women were back in the workforce, and then just kind of women just kept achieving and achieving and achieving. And it's not to put the male down, but it's to find homeostasis, because you have to, in order to evolve, you have to be balanced. You cannot be just all uber feminine or uber masculine. We have to know them both, respect them both, integrate them both. And this is the work that I feel that I'm going to be doing on the masculine, right? And I have this very wonderful client, which is a male, and I just love the way he expresses. He comes in and he gets a lot of prophecies in our hypnosis sessions, and he comes in and he's always that feminine. It just comes out. He cries a lot and he heals a lot, and it's so beautiful to be able to hold the sacred space for the masculine. And not to say that I like working with men more than women, but it's such a cool experience. It edifies me. Part of their healing the masculine is me understanding more, even about the men that are in my life too. And I think that this is a call that for everyone, not just someone showing up in a masculine form, but even for the women. Some women have wounded masculine inside of them. And this is all being healed right now, guys. The wounded masculine is being healed, and the suppressed feminine, they will come back into union, because we can't get to the true 5D existence or the golden age timeline without the unionization of the masculine and feminine within your own internal soul body. Thank you very much. Thank you, Bill. Hi, Carolyn. Thank you for emailing and checking on me. You guys, this is why my voice, I've kind of lost my voice a bit. So that's where I've been. So so that's very interesting. I'm hearing people's thoughts. I'm seeing inside of people's bodies and finding out like, and these are deep wounds. It's not like, oh, this person just has this. No, this is the whole history of the masculine. This is what's going on. So these are larger templates, right? They're even bigger than ancestral codes. This is galactic work now. So in the 5D, you see more galactic. You see more galactic things, things that transcend even, this 3D realm here and even humanity, right? I believe that this is going on a cosmic level as well as above, so below. I think there's a cleansing and a regentrification is what I'm hearing of the masculine. So I think when we see a lot of people confused in their sexuality, some people aren't confused. Some people know exactly, yes, I was born male, but now I'm female. Some people are not confused, but for the ones that are confused, this is why you're seeing such things because in the cosmos, there is a regentrification of what it means to be masculine, what it means to be feminine. Those codes are being rewritten, right, by our celestial families. They're being rewritten. And so you guys have to understand, those codes come down to us. We are the almost the guinea pigs, right, of the universe. They test it out inside of here. And the reason why they're able to test it out is because of our dense bodies, we can't do that much harm so fast. If we were to test it out on beings that were higher vibrational or higher dimensional, sixth, seventh, eighth dimensional, well, they could, in a snap, change everything. And so when trials need to be done here on in the universe, they go down in density. And this is why we get such things going on our planet. A lot of these things are just studies that higher dimensional beings are doing. And so when you see people confused about sexuality or tinkering around with it in a way, it's because this is what's going on. We are literally rewriting code. Um, we are expanding some of the roles especially for the feminine. The feminine role is being expanded, right? And the masculine role is being regentrified is what Source is saying. So it all plays out here that way. So I want you guys to start to zone out, right? We can all be in 5D at any moment in time. That's another thing that I've learned in my time in 5D. Um, so how do you get to 5D just at will, right? So basically, the first thing is to become fourth dimensional. Fourth dimensional is to have awareness. Fifth dimensional is to have the consciousness that the awareness brings, right? So if I want to be fourth dimensional, what I would do is I would bring my awareness, right? Hover it over my head, and I would look down at myself and I could see four sides, right? I could see front, side, back, right? That's awareness. Now, within that awareness, I'm gathering more information because now I have more angles or angels of light. I have more light codes, more information. Now, just that bit of awareness is fourth dimensional. And now, when that awareness sparks consciousness, sparks a thought wave of expression, I am now existing in 5D. But you can't get there without the awareness first, right? So we always bring ourselves up, hover over ourselves in a bird's eye view. So that's what we do. So thank you. Thank you, Master's Light, Osiris. Thank you. There's been a lot going on, guys. There's absolutely so This is what 5D is. And to be honest with you, I'm not that happy that I got sick, but it was self-induced because I fell asleep with my fan on. Now, mind you, it's the middle of winter. I didn't mean to. I just turned my fan on to get like some circulation, but I was so tired, I fell asleep, and that fan was like right in my face. So I didn't wake up for like hours later. And then all of a sudden I was like, oh gosh, I made myself sick. But in a way, I needed to come back down and ground because guys, I was getting I, I was a little worried there. Like I might not this physical body, if I wanted to, I could have permanently stepped away from it. I really could have because I was like fasting, and anytime I fast, I don't even have to go on a long fast. I can do just a few days, right? And I'm telling you the amount of opening in my crown because I'm all crown chakra, right? So I'm already always halfway out the door anyway. So any bit of like fasting just pulls me out like in like 1 or 2 days. So this helped me get back into my body and yeah, because there's more work to do here as well. So as of now, yes, my consciousness, part of my consciousness is there in 5D, but there's a part of me here because we're getting ready to go through a whole nother rabbit hole that does involve President Trump, that does involve TikTok, that does involve the changing of the guards, that does involve the changing of the time, the changing of the timelines, that does involve what I've been saying before, the reason why Trump was going to always be president, because there's something within the code of humanity that we need to see again that involves race, that involves prejudice, that involves elitism, that involves all of these capitalism, the hierarchy of things. I'm better than you, you're better than me. This is the energy that he brings. We haven't gotten past that. It's been a band-aid, guys. We have not yet gotten to these civil rights that we think that we had. And I have a very unpopular opinion about this, guys. But so I'm going to play you guys a video really quickly on TikTok, and then I'm going to come back and talk about it. I have an unpopular opinion because thank God, I was raised by a father who was always enlightened and woke. Before woke was a thing, I was birthed into a gene pool of wokeness. So I will have a different perspective. I know things that most people don't know. Most people have been lied to about who they are, where they come from. I've always had that knowledge growing up. This is why I've always been secure in who I am culturally, right? I've always been secure in that. But it's that security actually is what helped me love every single person in humanity because there was nothing that I was lacking within my own code. And so I love culture. I love to experience different people's cultures, foods, and their vibration. And yeah, so I'm very thankful for how I was raised. But yeah, let's get started with this video really quickly. One moment, guys. Let me see where I put that at. Yeah. Give me 1 second. I hope everyone's doing well. I hope we're all doing well. 1 second. Yeah. Okay. So, and this might not be the best one because people are already roasting him in his comments, but we'll see. Yeah.
In the 1964 Civil Rights Act, but that is not the case. Let's talk about it. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we're going to talk about President Donald Trump rescinding the 1965 executive order signed by then President Lyndon Baines Johnson, which had the intended purpose of fighting workplace discrimination and also enforcing the 1964 Civil Rights Act. Now, as a Black person, as a person of color, as they say, I support this move 100%. You should too if you support the 1964 Civil Rights Act. Now, before I go too far into it, let's check out some articles. We got links, videos, everything, and I will link to everything in the box so you can do your own independent research, okay? Here's CNN. You see the headline right here. Trump rescinds measure used to fight workplace discrimination for 60 years. Now, some see that and think he's going to rescind the Civil Rights Act. He can't do that. He can rescind executive orders by himself, which is what LBJ signed the year after the Civil Rights Act. Okay, he cannot rescind the Civil Rights Act. Actually, he wants to strengthen it by getting down to the core of what the act was all about: fighting discrimination. You don't fight discrimination with more discrimination. Not in 2025, especially. I'll explain that in a moment. But here's Axios. Trump rolls back bedrock civil rights measure and sweeping anti-DEI push. Now, you know about DEI, diversity, equity, inclusion. It's affirmative action remix. It's like when they say people of color versus colored people. It's the same exact thing. One sounds a little bit more flowery and fancy, but it's the exact same term. Okay? It's all about putting people in a place of employment, a place of importance, visibility, whatever the case may be, because of their identity. And it's not even really about being black, because some of y'all are like, oh, you hate black people. It's not even about you, really. It's about just doing what's right, period. Now, this is the Civil Rights Act. This is law. It's not going anywhere. And if it was to go anywhere, Trump's got to go to Congress and get that passed. Okay? House, Senate, then president. Not
Okay. Okay. Forget all that. What he talking about? Like, like seriously. But basically, guys, it's the 1964 Civil Rights Act, where basically you can't discriminate against someone because of their race, right? So this is this executive order to remove this diversity, equity, thing of whatever. And I have an interesting take on that, guys. I have a very interesting take. And there was another person that said, and there's a lot of people, especially Black people online, crying. And they're like, Trump was able to take away our rights with the stroke of a pen, right? Trump was able to take away our rights with the stroke of a pen. And I really have a question for you guys. If someone can take away your rights with a stroke of a pen, did you actually have the rights to begin with? This is a serious question. No, I'm being dead serious. I want you guys to answer that. If someone can take away your rights with a stroke of a pen, did you actually have the rights to begin with? No, you did not. You had the illusion of the rights. You had the illusion of the rights. And this is why I have an unpopular opinion. And we're going to have to talk a little bit about Martin Luther King. And don't think I'm coming down on Martin Luther King here, because right now, surrounded by me in my office, I have lots of things with my history. I have Martin Luther King on the wall. I have Malcolm X. I have ancient Bibles, right? There's my great grandmothers. I have African art. I have our Moorish kings on the wall. I have little figurines of like what do you call, like, debutante, if you guys know the black debutantes. I have a lot of history. I have like my what do you call that thing we used to wear back in the 80s, that the little African like emblem you wear around your neck. It's pretty cool. I have some things from like my Irish ancestors. Like, I am surrounded by all things, right, historical. And I think that I don't know, when I look at these things, it really does make me feel good about, about who I am. But I say this to say, guys, if someone can take away your rights by signing an executive order, you've never actually had those rights. You had the illusion of rights. And I have to bring Martin Luther King into this, because Martin Luther King said out of his own mouth, and I'm quoting this, he said that he led his people into a burning building. So what he's talking about is, he's saying, looking back in hindsight, if I would have known that bringing bringing Black Americans into this post segregation world, that it would do this to us, I would have not did it. It was a burning building. And so I want to explain that. The problem is with most Black Americans, they don't truly understand who they are and of what they are. Like, Black Americans are aboriginals. You've been here since way before Native Americans came over from Asia, about 15, 16,000 years ago. You were always here on this land. Through the process of paper genocide, this is how they were able to use that same pen, and they change your identity. Like I said before, if you have some of your ancestors' birth certificates, like we keep all that stuff here, it does not say Black. It says colored. What color does it say? Well, one of my great grandmothers, it says yellow because she was yellow Indian. And then if you're red Indian, it will say red. This is the way it used to be classified. If you were even Black Indian, they wouldn't put Black, they would put colored on there, right? So what I'm saying is there's different classifications, and really none of it actually is a color, guys. I mean, because you don't have human rights, civil rights when you are color. And this has been our whole problem. You have to define yourself as a nationality. And you get all these people online, these pro I don't want to say pro-Black, but just pro-Aboriginal or something. And, they got a whole rhetoric and all of that. And it seems to be very hate-centered. But, my whole thing is because I always grew up understanding who I was. I grew up understanding I'm Aboriginal, but I'm also yellow and red Indian as well, come from the Shoshone and Cherokee tribe as well. And then also Black Aboriginal. I grew up understanding who I was, and also that I do have African ancestors. So I grew up knowing this, but I think when people first come into this, there's a level of like, they have to defend it so much that it turns out being ended up looking like hate of some, it's weird, it's just a weird dynamic when people first come into these knowings, about who they are. But I say this to say the reason why you never had the rights is because you never classified yourself as the right person. You can't classify yourself as a crayon. Crayons don't have rights. Even if you say you're white, there's no such thing as white. There's no such thing as white. So this is why I'm saying you don't have the rights because you're not in the right body. You're in a fictitious image that they gave you. And this is why the rights can be removed with the stroke of a pen. You know what I mean? But it's nothing new. It's called paper genocide. They've been doing this forever. And then as the generations went on, everybody was colored, and then they changed that. It used to actually say Indian too, right? And then they changed that, and then it now became Black, and then later Black American, when there's actually no such thing. Jesse Jackson actually came up with African American. The term African American did not exist before the 1980s. Jesse Jackson created that. So I say that to say the reason why these rights can get wiped away is because you are not standing in who you truly are. If you are classifying yourself as a color, colors, crayons do not have rights. Nationalities have rights. Okay? So that's the issue. I'm going to leave that there, but I'm here to tell you that there's more work to do because we got sold out. Martin Luther King said it himself. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. He didn't know until it was too late. But I say that to say is post-slavery, Black people, and everybody knows about Black Wall Street, located in Oklahoma. Black people post-slavery, I think it wasn't more than 100 years out of slavery, or 50. It was something crazy. They had aviation, doctors, lawyers, grocery stores, accountants, everything they had. They built communities, right? They had their own economy. But when Martin Luther King started to push for the integration What happened was we became second-class citizens in our own homeland. And because now you're classified, with that came a different classification of this Black. Then later 1980s, circa Jesse Jackson became African American. You've been sold again twice. Just in the past 60 years, you've been sold on paper twice more. And so when people get on TikTok and apps and cry about the rights being taken away by Trump, it's your very people that actually offered you up to the slaughterhouse. He said unknowingly. Martin Luther King said unknowingly. That's what I'm going to go with. That's what he said. He said it was a burning building. So the reason why I say that is because you're now second-class citizen in your own homeland, and you don't have a nationality. You're now a color. Colors don't have any civil rights. There's no such thing as a civil right for a crayon, for a fictitious person. You have to know that. And this is for any other nationality coming across that border. Just be very careful of how you're letting people classify you, because paper genocide is real. It is so real. And before you know it, you will be a shadow of who you used to be. All of those businesses and everything, we had to give all that up. When we were led into this burning building, what Martin Luther King said, all of that, we gave up those rights to have our own, to be integrated in with other nationalities, specifically the, so to speak, Caucasian race. But we left all of our things behind, and it's been really hard to try to get those things back. It's been really hard. Some people will never get it back. So this goes too for my Hispanic brothers and sisters. You're leaving your culture behind across the border. Yes, there are things you will gain here, but there are some things that will be forever lost. There's some things that are unquantifiable, like who you are. Yes, I know we're not of these bodies, but guess what? Our ancestors are celestial beings. Our ancestors, the reason why you show up in your physical form is because of the celestial beings and councils that you all come from. We can't turn our back on that. So I know there's a lot going on, and it was very sickening how ICE can do all these raids in California, but people can't put the fires out, but ICE can come and start their deportation. Now, I'm not saying that I don't agree with, you have to have secure borders. There's no other country that just opens the borders up for anyone and doesn't check. There has to be a system, proper checks. That's all I'm saying. Just come legally, come with your paperwork. Like, it's really that simple, because the problem is, I think the problem now is, the thing is, the border was never supposed to be a free-for-all. So now it kind of looks bad when they're trying to get it under control, and it looks crazy. It looks like the dictatorship that I've been channeling for a while. But the borders were never supposed to be that unsecure. So as radical as it was when people were coming through is as radical as it looks now when they're trying to get things back in control. But see, they'll never actually get that. So it's like they're doing more harm than good by the way that they're doing it. What they should be really doing is rounding the criminals up, because in truth, lots of people came, but that were just people needing a better life. But see, the problem was with the other regime, I believe wholeheartedly They purposely mix criminals in with regular civilians so that no one could tell them apart. They purposely opened that up. It wasn't to give people a pathway to citizenship, guys. It was to steal children at that border. It was to bring in criminals. Like I said, these people are underground. They're stationed and ready and in position to eat America from the inside out. Don't know when this will happen, but these are the people that were coming through along with the people that really needed the asylum. So it's a very tricky situation, but when I tell not just Hispanic people, it wasn't just Hispanic coming through that border. There was lots of people from all over the world. But I tell you, when you give up one thing to be a part of this other thing, this nation called America, just make sure you're not leading yourself and your people into a burning building, is what I'm trying to say. Because it may seem good now, getting a few couple of extra dollars here and there. But when we zone out and look at the bigger picture, guys, we have to look at the bigger picture. So this is all that I'm trying to say. There's not an easy solution to this, but I think that I've said that. So your rights can't be taken away from you. If you truly have the rights, no one can take it away. And so it just makes you understand just how much more work there is actually to do. And with this Trump signing this executive order, now you see companies like Target dismantling their diversity, kind of whole thing that they had, which allowed certain minority businesses, right, to sell their products there, right? So they're dismantling that. They didn't have to do that. So what I want you guys to pay attention. See, this ain't about Trump. Trump is going to expose. See, I love that Trump is radical because what it does, it exposes the heart and the mind of the masses. And Target has been exposed. It wasn't the fact that they had to, 2 days after the executive order, they had to remove all these things. No, that was in their heart to do that. They never had the heart to actually have the diversity and inclusion. Because if they did, they wouldn't have gotten rid of it. So this is now what we're seeing is Trump is allowing humanity to revisit this whole thing. Because just like I said, we can't ascend being a wounded masculine and feminine. We can't ascend being a wounded Caucasian race or, so to speak, Black race or African race. We can't ascend like that, guys. There are people here to show us, like all the biracial children, the rainbow children being created, just like some of those transgender people that people don't like. They're here to show us what's possible and what's going on in the higher realms. There is no such thing as these separate bodies. When we zone out, so we're seeing the denseness of it, right? We're seeing the denseness of it, and it does look jarring, and it might look crazy from time to time. It might look like people are confused, but there is a cleansing, an awakening, a rearrangement, a gingification going on in the celestial realms, as above, so below. So this is what I'm saying. When I keep telling people to become the quantum currency, I don't say that to hear myself talk. I say that because it doesn't matter who's sitting in that office, I win because I am the president of my own life. I'm the ruler, I'm the commander in chief. And this is where you got to get to, because the moment you allow yourself to be subjugated to that energy, you now take a lower position. And now what? The president, Trump, becomes your God, your Lord and your Savior, when in truth, he's only here to show us something more that we need to look at. We got to look back at this race thing. We have never healed from it. But thank you, Target. They never wanted to do it. It's just because the government said so, then they did it. When the government said that, oh, now you can get rid of it, then they jumped to get rid of it. It was never in their heart to do it. The heart of man will be exposed. That's what I'm saying. And it's a good thing. Take it all down. I say go for it. Go for it. I want to see what all companies just tear it all down. This is beautiful because you're now able to look your enemy in the eye. They can't hide. They won't be able to hide under President Trump. All these so-called races are coming out of the woodworks. They're coming, and I love to see it because it shows us who everyone is. It shows us, is your heart really as light as a feather? It shows us how much more work that we actually have to do. So when Martin Luther King and they give us, it sounds good in theory, but it was a business deal. I'm going to deliver up here the Black economy that we formed post-slavery, which was thriving, by the way. You have seamstress, everything you needed, you had. Now Black people barely have businesses now, but we were only commerce at that point because we had to be only commerce because we had to create our own. So when we got led into this integration, it became our subjugation because we left our old world behind to now take a lesser position. And we've been kind of in that position. And it was designed to do that. But that's not all, guys, because you have to understand, once they do something to the Black race or another minority, they now swing back around. They do it to everyone, including the Caucasian race. You have to understand how it works. We're the guinea pigs. They tested out the slavery. Oh, it works. Perfect. Now, let's make it legal for everyone to work and everyone to slave on the corporate plantation. And while we're at it, let's bring those women in here so they can enslave too and pay us taxes. And then while we're at it, let's get their children on the corporate plantation too. Now we've enslaved the whole world. You see what I'm saying? So what you wish for one group, trust me, we're only the guinea pigs. It's going to come back around to you too. When you zone out, you can see the plan of the evil, wicked people. That's the plan, right? Hold on, guys. I gotta plug my oh my God, where am I? I gotta plug up my computer. It's going to die. But you guys get what I'm trying to say here, right? You guys feel me. You feel me. That's what I'm saying. That's all that I'm trying to say. Dale, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you, Gail. Appreciate you, Gail. I love you. Thank you. So yeah, guys, Trump is doing what Trump was supposed to do. He was supposed to show us. He was supposed to show us to ourselves. There's more work to do. There's more work to do. This country has not been integrated. It really hasn't. It's been a fake. It's been just integrated with laws. Now we're going to see who truly loves who. We're going to really see that. So I say get rid of the laws so that I can see who you truly are. The heart of humanity will be weighed on the scale. It will be. Did you see that orb of light just pass by? The heart of humanity will be weighed on the scale. And Trump is allowing us to see the heart of man. And the heart of man truly has been wicked at the core. If I see so many people so happy and filled with glee that people are being deported, do you see how many people are on these apps? And it looks so evil, the way that they're just so unloving. And then what's worse is when I see the women. Oh yeah, deport them, take their children too. It doesn't matter if their children are citizens, take them. And the women, and it scares me because women are supposed to be the nurturing ones. That's scary. When a woman relinquishes her essence as a one who nurtures and loves deeply. That's scary. And this is what President Trump is for us to see the truth about people. And but there's going to be some beautiful things that happen too. We're going to see people band together. We're going to see people hiding immigrants in their homes and in their businesses. We're going to see that. We're going to see that as well. And when we see that, it's going to unlock codes, light codes. It's almost, guys, everything you think you're going to get a gold star for is a lie. These are the things that Source looks at, the heart. When you go to bat for someone else to protect someone else, you get that heart. You get pushed up. You get raised up. You get raised up when you do things like that. It's disgusting the amount of people I see here. Like, it's disgusting. What I've been able to see so far has absolutely disgusted me. And I love humanity. But humanity has disgusted me in the past week because it lets you know we have gotten nowhere. Because if someone can remove, even removing the birthright citizenship, even removing all of these things, if someone can remove it with a pen, you never had it. You never had it. There's still more work to be done. That's what I'm saying. And for the people who think they're obsolete from this, I'm telling you, once they've gone through all of the other migrants, then they go circle back around to the Black people, then it's going to come back around to everyone else, including the Caucasian. So I'm telling you, that's what they do. And they've been running this same scam on us since the beginning of time. Are you any more free? No, everyone is enslaved to all these high gas prices and food prices and medical bills and outlandish costs for medications and cancers and stuff. When you go to other countries, they simply just don't have all of this. It's much easier to live. And they've sold you a dream. But you got to be asleep in order to receive it, because that's the only way you're going to get that American dream, the one that they told you about. But when you become the quantum currency, meaning you're the center of your universe, all things revolve around you. You are fixated in the middle. Everything revolves around you, not the other way around. That's the difference when you're the quantum currency. You're fixed. You don't get moved, you don't get swayed. And all the resources are always circling around you for you to pick from it. And that's the difference. So it doesn't matter who's in office. I always win. Every single time I win because I'm the quantum currency. And so when you do that, you can't get outwritten, because this is the quantum currency surpasses this 3D realm and all of these laws and all this stuff they want to sign. That's absolute to me. I'm still going to win. I'm actually going to win even more now. So, so yeah, that's what I want to say about that. And yeah. Hi guys, I'm just seeing people. Yeah, there's some Margarita. Yeah, there's so much division, and it's disgusting. I really have been disgusted with humanity. I've really been kind of disgusted because, and then you'll see people on both sides, both white and black. They'll be online. I told you not to vote for Trump. Now you're getting exactly what you deserve. And then they'll be so happy that they're proven right that they don't get that they're lacking compassion for what's actually happening to people. But just because they can get on here and say, I told you he was going to do this to you. I told you he was going to deport you. I told you this was going to happen. Okay, it's happened. Now what do we do? But they just want to get on here and say, I told you so, and bring no real life solutions. And that's evil to me. And then on the other side, you have these people who are, they think they own America. And it's real weird because you're also an immigrant. Unless you're Aboriginal or an indigenous Native American, you are an immigrant. Like, let that sink in. It's bizarre. Then you see them, oh, deport them. First of all, these people are more from America than you are. Because they came across an imaginary border of Mexico. But you came from Europe. How are you even telling them when they're from this land, these Americas? There's no such thing as borders. And you're acting like you own this place. You are also an immigrant. Seriously. And I saw that on that side too. And it was disgusting because what was missing was there was no empathy. There was no compassion. If you can look at that, and even, I don't care, even if you voted for it, but when you saw it, that's the difference. Now that we see with our eyes, this is even some girl, like she's dating or her fiance is from Great Britain. He's having problems too, guys. That's what I'm saying. The same thing you wish for other people, like you got to zone out. It could happen to you as well. So, but when you see it with your eyes, it's one thing to vote for it and not see it. It's just the ideal, right? You don't see the ins and out. But when you see it with your eyes and you still look at it, families being ripped apart, when you still look at it and say, yeah, go and get them, Trump, get them. Take the children, take the abuela. That's freaking wicked. That's evilness at its core. And that's why Trump is our president, because you're unhealed, America. You're unhealed. And that's why you're getting this. The heart will be weighed. The heart will always be judged by the heart. It will be judged by the heart. So I think, guys, that's enough for today. I'm going to rest my voice, but there's a whole nother rabbit hole that is being formed. And so at some point, me and Trinity, aka Jim, and I will be back to go down this rabbit hole, the TikTok, the timeline change that's happened right underneath our eyes, guys. Nothing will ever be the same. And I'm back for now into the 3D because there's more work to be done. We're not done yet. We've been getting false victories, guys. And this is all of us around the globe. I've been telling you, the biggest trick they did was to divide us. When we unionize ourselves with every creed, color within this great land of America, do you know we can move mountains? Do you know you will feel a spirit on this nation that you have never felt before? It will feel like the Christ has arisen because that's the trick. You want the Christ to come back. If you truly, all of these Christians saying, I'm voting for Trump because he's a Christian, but yet you want and you're delighting in all of these things that they're doing against people of color and immigrants of all races, then you're not really truly a Christian. So cut it. I've had my share of these fake false Christians, which is why I had to step away from that title because most of these people were actually demons. They were. They did not have the love of Christ in their heart. Not all of them, but a lot of them, the fake ones, they just want to say that that's who they are. But when you look into their life, it's anything but Christ-like. If we all band together, stand together, we will bring Christ back. Christ will be awakened through us. But for now, we got Trump showing us where our blind spots are, showing us the division, showing us the truth. There's no filters, right? This is beautiful. We've been so using filters for everything that we can't see the truth anymore. So Source brought Trump so we can see the truth, remove the filters, right? And togetherness, union is actually how we win this. Being more separate keeps you isolated. I'm telling you, that's what they want. They want to isolate people in their own pockets so that you're more easily controlled. So many things coming down the pipeline, all these AI cities they're building, but we're sitting here fighting amongst each other and getting filled with glee to see, civil rights acts change, and filled with glee to see people getting deported or people even worried. Sometimes it's not even that they're getting deported, it's just the worry, the stress that people have to live through. Do you know some of these immigrants, they own properties here and houses? So if you deport them, everything they worked hard for, that's what I'm saying, guys. Just be careful what are you leaving behind? Thank you, Source. See, that's Source. Just be careful. Everything is not worth it. Everything shiny is not worth it. So I just want to say that, but I'll be back and we'll be back with all these rabbit holes. There's so much going on. United we stand, divided we fall. Yes, absolutely. How do we come together? I pray, but it's not enough. Thank you, Margarita. Yeah, we're gonna have to really, guys, come into groups. And I've been planning, I am starting a cosmic ministry where we'll be meeting like on Zoom together, meditating together, praying together for these big, huge world issues. We're gonna have to do that now. We're gonna have to gather. We're gonna have to have union with each other. We're gonna have to, yes, this is great, but I want to hear back from you guys as well. We need to bring our energies together. It's gonna take that. So that's what the churches are actually supposed to be doing. But see, the churches are bought and paid for as well because they get that government, credit that they can't even really do this kind of work. It's only for people like us to really do that because, you know, there's really power in numbers. There's power in numbers. So we're gonna have to start doing that, guys, coming together more. And yeah, I love all you guys. And don't let this scare you because this is the same thing, guys. Two sides of the same coin is what I've been saying. On one end, when you get the Democrats, you get more children trafficked at the border. You get a lot of craziness going on. You on one side you got that, and then on the other side you also now have this division, right? But if you look at both sides, it just brings fear, and fear is opposite from divine love. So fear is Satan, is Satanism. So the very people who are saying, "Oh, Trump's a Christian," Trump is not a Christian, by the way, guys. Trump is a little better than Kamala, but doesn't make him a Christian, right? He's not a Christian. He didn't even get sworn in on the Bible. So I'm just saying, I think he wants to be better than he was before, but I mean, I think a lot of Christians think that war, death, and destruction actually is their birthright. And it's scary. I think they think that. Oh, I'm going to war to defeat my country. No, you're going to go kill people. Like, say what it is. That's what I'm saying. We have to start just pulling back the layers and just looking at things for what it is. These things are wrong. They're wrong, and you can slap a Christian label on it and go to war all day long and slap a label on it and say you fought for your country. You are a murderer, is what is going on. Sit with that. Now, regardless of why you felt you had to murder, but you are a murderer. Just sit with that. It's only when we get the unfiltered truth, then we'll actually be able to make real change. Yeah. Okay, Mary said he was sworn in before, so he didn't have to put his hand on the Bible. You are creating negativity, which we need to stop. Mary, obviously you're not. You must be new to this channel. I'm gonna act as if you haven't been here before. If I'm the person that creates negativity, I'm actually the person who, when you guys come, I remove demons from you. I actually put myself into harm's way to remove these negative entities from your soul. Do you know how many people, entities I removed that came back to try to retaliate against me, causing negativity? I'm of the highest light, the highest vibration. Just because I'm saying something that you don't want to hear does not make it negative. And you can remove yourself. And so this is where I'm going to be in this new season. You can remove yourself. You can either say you're sorry or you can remove yourself. This is why we haven't gotten anywhere, Mary. Because everyone wants to hear what makes them feel good. Trump is here to show us the wicked heart of man. And there's still some wickedness up in you, Mary. And sit with that. Sit with that. A true Christian would not be doing the things he's doing. And I told you guys a long time ago, and even though I like Trump, I actually do like Trump. I do. But I have to just be honest. That's just what I see. Spirit ain't never lied. Spirit really has never lied. And a long time ago, when I got on here, when it was the election before, I tried to tell you guys this win was too easy to be from God. When have you? Now I'm close with Source. I know what Source feels like. I know the energy signature. Two, it was too easy to be from God. There was help. There was collusion. There was. And this is not because of what I want to hear. This is because of what Spirit has revealed. This is a channel, Mary, for spirit consciousness, which is your internal waters. This is what this channel's for. This is not a gossip channel. Everything I speak comes from source. You're obviously not able to hold the vibration, so you can leave. Thank you. And you can take whoever else with you who wants to leave. You all can go as well. So this is the new vibration right here. This is exactly where I'm standing because I know too much now. I've given up myself to do this work. I don't have a family. You guys are my family. When I tell you I'm in the trenches every day doing the work, that's where I am. There's no fluff here. There's no pretending here. If I was pretending and posing, trust me, I'd have a lot more subscribers. But I say what's on my heart with Source. Source puts in my heart to say. And the reason why we have a Trump presidency is so we can heal the wicked heart of man. We can see the disease that's still festering, the racism, Mary, the hatred for even yourself that's still festering inside of you. This is why he's a mirror to show us. I love you too. Hi, Trey. I love you more. Yes, thank you, Carolyn. Yes, this is Mother of the Ages. We won't win being divided. We won't. And even myself, I grew up as, you guys, you have to, if you guys one day I'll show you here, like I grew up and my father is very pro-Black father. We have Black encyclopedias. When I tell you my father used to take the white Santa Claus face and color it in, not with a brown marker, I mean with a black Sharpie, right? So this is coming from someone who I grew up to be so like full filled with the pride of who I am. But that didn't make me racist. That only made me love myself so that I can now turn around and love humanity. Some people are really just birth of the Satan. This is what I'm saying. It was a decision you make to be this way. How many examples have you had to show you the way of righteousness? You didn't learn, so now Trump is back. So you can see your wicked heart. Oh, he didn't have to. He was already sworn in, so he didn't have to put his hand on the Bible. Well, Mary, don't you think that if the whole world is watching and he truly wanted to send a shout out to all the Christian people, by the way, who got him in on that 11th hour because the Christians were the one who prayed and pushed him through as well. Don't you think he would use that as an opportunity to say, look at me, look how proud I am to be Christian and put my hand on the Bible? You have to start thinking with your brain, guys. This is why we are where we are, because no one, the brain, where is it? It's out the window. The moment they tell you something, you drop everything you can see, taste, and smell. And then all of a sudden, you're just following a lie. Don't you think that would have been the opportunity to put his hand on the Bible? But he chose not to do it. And this is why I've always been saying there's a timeline where Trump is compromised. And ladies and gentlemen, we are in that timeline. We are. And I've been saying this for a while. He's had a choice, the oscillating energies of good and bad. He's had this choice of what to choose. And what I see right now, I hope that it gets turned around. But what I see is we all have the angel and devil on our shoulder, each and every one of us. And we can switch between our heaven state and our Satan state daily by the decisions that we make and the decisions and how he's moving so far. He is in alignment with Satan. That's what I'm saying. The energy, he's in alignment with it. And this is actually coming from someone who likes Trump. But I can't lie. I can't tell a lie. Energy does not lie. It doesn't. Even some of the people I love in my life, they don't have the best intentions. There's some family members. I can't even go to their house because I know if I go there, they could kill me. I said it. I said it because energy doesn't lie. And am I gonna just throw that out the window of what I've been shown spiritually just because they're my family member? No. No. So I have to move accordingly. See what I'm saying? Everybody can get it. Everybody can get this new energy. It's about truth. It's about truth. So many people are afraid of love. Yes. Yes, Master's Light. They are. Because love is how we ascend. Most people have low self-esteem. They don't even feel that they're worthy. They feel that they deserve the 3D. I was there. I'm saying this from my own experience. I was there. You don't feel worthy of anything more. Don't feel worthy. But see, this is the year of completion, the year of the 9, guys. All of these, the year of all of these Chinese years, Source told me last night, that will never be again. We're changing that in this season because we're going to another timeline. So we're not going to repeat the cycles. The reason why we have the Chinese year of the snake and the year of the dragon is because humanity has to keep repeating it because we're not learning. But I do believe this is a time where we learn. And on the new template, when we start over at 1, we're not actually going to be going through those different Chinese years. We're going to be creating, guys. That's what I'm telling you guys. Start creating. You can create the new template, the world that you want to see. You can do it. There is this in this new vibration, in this new heightened consciousness, everything's new. There's nothing there. I remember when I led one of my clients to create the first tree on a certain dimension. So what I'm saying, it's empty space. We can go there and create now. We got to get there now before the evil one, because if the evil one with their quantum computers, if they get there before us, then it's their system all over again. Then we have a bunch of Marys on the 5 density. Then we have the old template that's been tethered to us. You have to learn in this season how to cut people out completely, guys. And speaking of that, I always tell people this: I see all things, I may just not say anything. I see all things. Either I'm going to see it in the spirit or one of my sisters is going to tell me. There's not anything that goes down that I don't see. Sometimes I just choose not to say anything. But there's been people that have been following me through every lifetime. These are, so to speak, Christian people, which I don't believe that they are. They've been following me through every lifetime, trying to seed themselves into my bloodline to keep themselves alive. And I say that to say that one of my sisters brought this to my awareness the other day. This person is back trying to do their Christian spell work. I call it Christian spell work because this person claims to be a Christian, but they're not. They're a Leviathan spirit. And this is where we're getting to. When I tell you guys, you have to start cutting people off at the root. This is the year to do that, because if you can't keep them tethered to you going into the 5D, they have to go. They have to go. Source told me how to get rid of them. So they keep reseeding themselves. There's people in your own family that keep reseeding themselves. You think they're your family member, but they're an op. And you have to know who people are. It's not about blood, guys. We zone out. It's about righteousness of the heart. The heart will always judge the heart. The ones of us with the bigger heart, we are of the same vibration. We're of the same people. This is what I'm saying. In this year, you have to uproot some of these people that are tethered. They've been riding on here, on your vibration, through your coming in through your birth date portals, or they'll share a birth date with someone in your family, or they'll share a sign with you, or they'll share something with you. That's how they ride in here on your frequency. There's truly probably just 144,000 of us. Seriously. And they ride in with us, us soul players. They ride in here with us. But we're being called in this season to uproot them. And this is why Trump is here, so we can see who they are. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I am to the point. I don't care if you're my own family member. If you will respect every single person in my presence, or you will not be around me. Because you have to start standing for something. You have to start standing for something. And I don't care who you are. I'm not taking anyone with me to the new frequency that can't hold it, that wants to bring their hate, their racism, their prejudice, their low mindset. They want to bring that to the, no, I'm not. No, my bags are already packed in there. When I go back to the 5D, I'm just bringing myself and whoever can follow the vibrations of the words that I've left behind. Pack light, guys. What I'm saying, pack light, pack light. Pack light. Telling you where we're about to go, you have to pack light. These feelings are too dense. Can't bring your racism and your prejudice and your classism, and you have to pack light. There's no room for that kind of stuff, guys. It's too dense. Your light vehicle, your Merkaba, your chariot can't hold that and take that to the higher vibration. Many people will go down with the plane because they're packing too much stuff. Even people, when I said in the last video, even the need to have people. If I'm the last person standing, then so be it. If no one else that I know makes it, then so be it. I will still get there, be there, and hold the vibration of the higher density. You have to pack light. You have to. So this Christian witch, apparently she's been watching me. They're mad because they can't get in. They know they're dying. Their bloodline's dying off because in every lifetime, I think they've been mating with me to now keep their lineage going. But Source told me the reason why you don't have children is because I burned the sacral chakra to keep them out. Source burned the ends of mine to close it up. I will not give birth to children in this lifetime because I'm packing light. I can't even bring or risk the fact of having a seed or a child that is not of 100% my vibration. When I tell you this thing is so deep, it separates brother from sister, wife and husband, bone from marrow, flesh from flesh. That's how deep this is. Some of these people are also baggage. You may be packed light, but they're trying to bring 50 million bags along, and it's going to weigh you down too. So the Source says you have to cut the cords in this season. And so this person that keeps sending these things my way, and I always know when it's her, and it's like, girl, I know it's you because you do the same spell, Christian spell every time. It's always the same thing. It's like, girl, I see you. I know that it's you. And it's like, maybe they just keep doing it because I'm nice and they know I won't retaliate because I have the capacity to hold that. I have the capacity to still deal with your little spell work and still do my job. I have the capacity to do that. It doesn't affect me. But Source is telling me I have to cut them off because you can't take baggage to the new frequency. And so this is why my sacral chakras were burned at the end because they've been trying to seed themselves in my bloodline probably since the beginning of time. But that's no more. This is a very important year. Very, very important. So Gina says, my name is Gina. My mother is Narcissus, and I live with her. Please pray for me and my daughter, please. My daughter is very gifted, and she doesn't like my daughter. She doesn't like her, Gina, because she's gifted. Gina, I'm going to give you a message right now, and we're going to all pray for you. Gina, it's not the fact that she doesn't like your daughter. It's because she knows that if she doesn't send your daughter hate, then she will get exposed. Your mother will be exposed. That's what I'm telling you guys. Some of these people are not your mothers. They're not your siblings. They're not your fathers. They're not your husbands or your wives. They are your ops. They've been sent here to ride in here with you, to keep watch over you so that we don't evolve too soon. This is what I'm saying. And I'm not disrespecting your mother because maybe she does not know this is going on. I believe we all have the ability to rid ourselves from these evil entities and deities. She has a deity in her, your mother, and it's in direct conflict with your daughter's gifts. And this is why they demonize people who have special gifts and abilities. It's because we have the ability to see, the ability to feel, the ability to harness energy, the ability to read energy signatures. The more light your gifts of your daughter come through, the more dim the spirit living inside of your mother lights dim. This is truly killing the entity inside of her, your daughter. This is why it feels as if she doesn't like her. Your mother needs a healing session. She needs to get this energy removed. It's a huge snake. It's a huge entity. It's massive. It's a massive one. And guys, too, if you need entity removals, you can book a quantum telekinetic reading. You can book your quantum hypnosis session where I do those deep removals, guys. And just email instructions number 4humanity@gmail.com or go to instructionsforhumanity.com, guys. I'll put the links below this video after the live ends, but it's also on all my other lives as well. But that's what's going on, my dear. And Gina, I just pray that Source provides to you strength, wisdom, and courage in this season. In this, Source is calling this a divisive season. This season is going to reveal so much to us, guys. And once we see it, once we see the truth, our eyes will be forever open. And so we welcome this energy, guys, because it's showing us the work that still needs to be done. We have to see the truth in this season because this is the season where we clean up all of that, and next year is a completely new timeline, completely new. And I pray that you get your daughter in a place where she can thrive and grow her gifts. And I also do teach the psychic sciences. So you can also reach out to me. She needs to be in a place that is cultivating the gifts, guys. We have to cultivate these gifts. And another place of where I've been as well, guys, is I've been creating for my quantum energy healing course so you can learn to do what I do. I've written over 300 pages in between that program and the Ascension program. I've written over 300 pages of content that will now come along with those programs. And so I've been working on that for the past 6 months or so, trying to finish all of these things up. And this is what I'm saying. It's very important. The people who have these gifts, we need to all cultivate it because we are going to be the last defense. When they've gaslighted us till they can't gaslight us anymore, the ones that are seers, we're going to be the one to actually be able to bring the truth because they're going to exploit the lie so much. And with the AI, they're going to build this false world around you where you think that it's real. So the people like us will be the last one standing. We're going to be the last defense for truth, right? And she said, my daughter's very gifted. Yep, she doesn't like my daughter. She's a narcissist. Thank you. Her name is Anne. Oh, my daughter's name is Olivia. Everyone that meets my daughter loves her and hates her. She gets headaches around people who are evil, yes. Yeah, this is energy. She's very sensitive. She's a deep empath, like probably the highest level of empath is what she is. And she truly has the gift of clairsentient, which is a truly beautiful and special gift. Angela here that you guys have seen, my sister Angela here, you guys have seen the chat on this channel. She has that gift of clairsentient and is so strong. It's unbelievable. That's a very powerful gift. And that's why it repels the entity inside of your mother, it's completely repelling because she can't hide, right? So the narcissism is a way that the entity, a lot of these entities are bringing the narcissism inside of people too. It's a way that she can gaslight you or your daughter into, taking a lower position. But that's the entity really is controlling her. So I will say that. And so we just bless Olivia, keep her safe. And Source put a spiritual covering around Olivia right now, that no words will harm her. And I'm cultivating, I feel the energy moving around your daughter, Olivia, right now is so powerful. She has cosmic rays around her, cosmic energy, cosmic light. She is a light. She is very much protected. She's very much protected. So you do not have to worry. Your daughter is naturally protected. And we just ask Source that you keep her and open up even more the pathway that leads directly to you, Source, for her spiritual evolution, growth, and divine nourishment. Thank you. Okay, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. I love you guys. I love you. I love you. And so it is, guys. Love is the way. Forgiveness is the key. And truth is the light that will always, always guide us home. Bye, guys. Be well. Be well, guys.